Bullshit. The king. King's weekend? You know who the king is? God. God's the king. Whoever your God is, God's the king. But the closest thing to the king and the queen in my life, my mother and my father. Let me tell you why. They were all about their family. 11 children. 12 pregnancies. My father is close to 100. A few months away. And he's still spry. And the things that my father taught the 11 of us, 8 boys and 3 girls. Talking about tough times. These aren't tough times. Nah, these aren't tough times. What my parents went through in the history of our family, of the immigration, my parents being the first generation, Italy and Poland, and that was a mixed marriage back in the day, out of Chicago. Talk about tough. Come on. When I hear the world has changed, that's the bottom line. But understand that back in the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s, the 50s, think about this. I didn't count how many presidents my father's lasted through, but I'll tell you this. My father's the king when it comes down to leadership. Leadership, integrity, values. And he had all the same temptations that we have. So bullshit, man. I'm sitting here in the Florida sun because of my parents. They were role models. They gave me hope. I'm number 5 of the 11, so I was right in the middle. And I was the maverick. I believe I was the maverick of the 11. And that meant I was trouble. I was trouble for my parents. I wasn't a good student. I wasn't a good listener. But you know what? My father set me straight. He set me straight. In other words, we had discipline. We had role models that my parents got up every day to work. It was their whole dedication. My mother lived to 94. All 11 of us are still alive at this video. My father gave me hope, and he would talk to me. He must have saw something in me besides the trouble. So not only the hope, he gave me a shot. You know what a shot is? S-H-O-T. He gave me an opportunity to prove myself. He didn't care if I failed, because he knew if I failed, I would learn, because I was fearful of failure, believe me. And one thing I've learned in my 71 years, I learned that you need, besides discipline, you need patience. You need patience. You also understand that you're going to be betrayed, and there's very few people that you can trust. So my father would have all these quotes. We call them LaManna-isms. Our last name is LaManna. My mother used to call them LaManna-isms. Why? Because they didn't make sense. You had to read in between the lines. I'll give you an example. Behind closed doors, you never know what's going on, right? But eventually, colors show. And that's all my father would say. Well, you know what? Colors show. Colors show on our leaders. Colors show on our politicians. Colors show in the Catholic Church. Colors show everywhere. In the family. Yeah. So keep that to yourself. Colors show. Your own kids' colors show. Where you'd never think you'd be betrayed. Your own children. Believe me, people think for themselves. That's another one that my father would say. And he would say it so harshly that we were so guilty, we felt so selfish of the 11 kids. He would say with that gesture and those facial expressions, I see it now, just think for yourself. That think for yourself was, you better fucking wake up. And now that I'm in my 70s, that think for yourself, I know what it means now. It means you take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else. In the Bible, what is it? Look for that thorn in the eye. Here's a fucking log. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about my parents because I'm going through a transition myself as I age. There's many times I thought I was the king. Believe me. I thought I got it all. No one could stop me. And then something would happen. And then now I'm a grandfather. My kids know how I was raised and my 10 brothers and sisters. And actually, it's a comedy. We were so dysfunctional that we could make movies, believe me. And my video and my social media, what I do, I'm kind of speaking my mind because I figure, hey, it's my screenplay. I got 2 books out because I'm bored. I'm bored to the point where what else can I give back? I have a 50-year career. I've been through 2 marriages, 3 divorces, but I'm healthy. God's given me an opportunity. And I always started things early. I knew my purpose in my 20s. I knew that I wanted to be a businessman before I was 10. Because I didn't want to be not only an athlete, I wanted to own a business, own the sports franchise, because I knew I didn't have the skill set to be a professional athlete. But I thought like one. And then working with my father side by side for close to 20 years, I learned from the best. Even though I went and got a college education, I got a Harvard business background, I got a 50-year career, I'm still talking about my dad. And I'm not saying that, hey, I idolize him. Fuck no. I'm saying I respect him. That's better than idolize, because idolizing in the 10 Commandments is a sin. To idolize an athlete, to idolize money, to idolize someone else, or an addiction. I was lucky. And my father wouldn't take this. He wouldn't want to hear about this shit. My father told me a couple times that he loved me, but that's probably by accident. He'll text it though. He's got an iPhone. He's 99. He'll be 100. He knows how to use an iPhone. And don't bother him. Not while he's watching his Minnesota Vikings or baseball or the Minnesota Wild. And see, that's where we disagree. I'm a Raider fan from the 70s. I'm a Yankee fan from the 70s. I'm a Panther fan. And why? I didn't look at the teams and the individual players. I looked at the team chemistry. I looked at the general manager. I looked at the coach. I looked at who motivates these guys. Lou Holtz was another guy that I looked at. Nick Saban. Not because they're not only winners and champions, it's the way they treated their people. That's the way my dad was. We had ups and downs, but my father's touched thousands of people. Seriously, thousands, maybe millions. Why? His businesses have always been huge. His original founded business still goes on, that I was a part of. His philanthropy around the world. Yep. Why? Because my mother and father were poor, from their families, poor. And they promised their faith in their God that if we can get through this and sustain 11 children and do it right, God is the king. That's right. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. You'll be hearing more from me. You know I can't stop. I'm still going day after day. So don't forget who's the king in your life.